Money in the Bank, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. My God, where do we even start?
Let's talk about the match that got the most polarizing, the most hate. I don't know. I look, at first I was a little bit meh. I sort of understand what they're doing, and then I listened to a few other opinions, specifically from the What Culture guys, and it sort of started making sense. But like Monday, I was like, nah, I'm cool. But then again, you know me, I'm cool with wrestling in general. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is that, okay, fine. We know a lot of us said that they could have done something better with it. Like it could have been used for like a Carmelo Hayes or somebody like that. The match in general, the Money in the Bank match, I think it's just, I get the whole ladder thing with you now. I get the whole ladder thing, and then I think much like Money in the Bank matches and things like that. I get the whole ladder match and how it's evolved past the Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon matches that I'm still stuck on. Um, but I can't knock any aspect of that match. I really can't. You know what I'm glad about though? I know a lot of people hate the fact that Drew tried to cash in and he lost. He messed it. Well, it was basically messed up again. I am glad for a change that it wasn't the woman's Money in the Bank that was sacrificed.
They always try to get that one off the board the quickest.
Yeah, I'm glad for a change. It was the men's one that was basically taken off the board as quickly as possible, and the ladies for a change get to run with this. I am very intrigued, and I guess we have the gift of hindsight at this point in time. I'm very intrigued to see what is going to happen with that triangle at the moment, with Bailey and with Tiffy. That pop when Tiffany Stratton got to that briefcase, it is Tiffy time. It is definitely Tiffy time. Aside from that, Money in the Bank. What can we say about the bank? The tag match was just awesome. Um, Everything that's happening with the bloodline. I know there's a few members of some of our group that aren't too keen on the bloodline thing at this point in time. I have no problem with the bloodline and the long term stuff. We used to have these stories that used to run out in 2 months. Factions used to get together and break up in 2 months, in a month.
Like
This happening.
Mark Henry storyline. Remember that? The dude came out, did a fake retirement, only to have one match on a pay-per-view, and then John Cena just moved on to the next opponent. It was like you had a huge angle and you just for one match. Are you serious?
The other thing we need to talk about for Money in the Bank is John Cena.
Yes.
I was never on the anti-Cena bandwagon.
It's been now 23 years since John Cena's debuted in WWE, and he's now retiring. And I am probably the only person that is not only looking forward to the retirement matches, but actually looking forward to the fact that John Cena is going to retire. Here's the thing about me that everyone needs to understand, and it goes back to everything I say. I stick by what I stand by my product. I stick by what I say. If I don't like you, I will not like you, even if right to the end. And if I like you, I will stick with you all the way through, which is why when CM Punk, and I know this is a hard topic.
Hey, listen, I was always a CM Punk fan, right? I never changed allegiance. I was always a CM Punk fan. No, yes, no. I've never come on here with signs. No.
You do know I'm in.
I know this is going to be a shot at some point.
See, dig into this, and I'm going to freaking put that right there in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, look right here. The label is coming up right here.
Picture in picture.
Look, I've always liked John Cena. I mean, from the whole Doctor of Thugonomics thing. I mean, there was a few times where he's made entrances doing the whole rap thing, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I will say something though. There is one thing that I would like to see. And I know it's not just because I'm wearing that particular shirt today. I would like to see John Cena come out in that Firefly Funhouse gear. Just one more time. Just one more time. Can you imagine what it would have been like if we got NWO Cena?
Would it have worked in the PG era, where Cena was at his height?
I don't know about that. You do have a point there, but it could have been John Cena, like peak John Cena in the NWO. I would have paid money to see that. I would have paid money to see that. What else? What else? What other fallout do we have from
They
Money in
shouldn't
the
have seen the rebel within the Nexus. It would have worked had he joined them, at least for a few months. Give the a small portion of the fans at the time what they wanted. But
Yeah, instead of burying the entire Nexus.
exactly, SummerSlam, their first match, they get buried. Like, what was the point?
Well,
Idiotic.
nobody knows what the point was. The I think that will be one of those things that's debated as much as maybe if not more than the screw job.
The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Come on, that was freaking awesome.
That was good.
In
That was really good.
And damn, that was a good pay-per-view. Like, top to bottom.
It was. That's why I don't get what the hate for Money in the Bank was. I mean, they tried something different. It's the same internet wrestling community people again. It's the same IWC people.
Exactly. It's those guys that can't let us have a good time without complaining about everything and anything. So is that all?
I don't understand it. It's like, okay, let's do a small thing there, right? If you don't like something, if I'm watching TV, if I put Netflix on, if I go on YouTube, and if I see something I don't like, you know what I do? I change channel. I don't go off and send a long-winded rant about, no, I do not like whatever you're putting out there. Change the bloody channel. If you don't like wrestling, stop watching it.
How have you not gone crazy about Nia Jax's promo last week on SmackDown, where she said, "You're not the huggable Bailey anymore. You're BBL Bailey."
BBL, Bailey. That has been living rent-free in my head for like...
You haven't said anything. That's become my new...
For a week now, yeah.
BBL Bailey?
I've been typing BBL all week on a certain website. Damn.
Okay. Thanks for that. Thanks for sharing with the group.
I'm going to have to edit
But
that
look,
part. I need to say it somewhere.
look, to be honest with you, this entire program, aside from me liking Nia Jax in general, I just like this character development that we're getting from all sides at this point in time. And look at it. Naya's definitely in the title picture. So much so that this is one of those things where it's not like one of those mandatory challenger type things. Even though, and we've had this before, where they've just taken somebody, you win whatever little tournament, and we know that's the challenger of the month.
Yeah.
Both Nia Jax and Gunther, for that matter, were set up months in advance. I like the fact that they just said whoever the champion is at SummerSlam. They said those words because we knew there were going to be matches in between. So they've been booking it correctly, but at the same time they've been. I mean, we all know, we know this. Don't come at us and tell us, oh, you know it's scripted. Yes, we know it's scripted, but the fact of the matter is, there's that little bit of questioning in the back of our head now. It's like Nia Jax could win this match at SummerSlam, and Tiffy could turn on her.
Yep.
All of these things could happen. These are things that could legitimately happen. And then now, you know what? I was watching that match with Damian Priest and Braun Strowman last week, and I was really, really pleasantly surprised that they let Damian Priest win that match clean, like no outside interference, no Judgment Day shenanigans, nothing. He pinned. Just think about this for a second. He pinned Braun Strowman clean. So you can say whatever you want about Damian Priest isn't championship material and everything else. The fact of the matter is, right now, do you have a world heavyweight title with you, Nashville, right now? Do you have a world heavyweight title? Do you? No, you don't. I don't have one. Hundreds of us, millions of us on the planet. There's only one guy who has legitimately a world heavyweight title, and that's Damian Priest. They put this title on him, and he's proving why they should keep the belt with him. And I think and every time he has one of these matches, it just makes him look better. And you can say whatever you want about shenanigans and Money in the Bank, and he shouldn't have won and everything else. Man, if we go that far, we can go all the way back to who are we going to go back and talk to? Who are we going to go back and talk about? All the slimy heels. We went over this already about all the heels that were champions and shouldn't have been champion. The Rock did it. Triple H did it.
I mean, the man
Roddy Piper did it.
And still kept going. Something that could have potentially injured him, and he still kept going. If that doesn't prove that man deserves the title, I'm sorry for a fickle wrestling fan.
Daniel Bryan was right about us.
Exactly.
Which other match was good? Oh, dude, how did I forget this? A-Town Down Under. Sorry, I'm no longer the tag champs. I'm quite happy about that. I'm actually quite happy about that.
I'm happy DX is now the new tag champ. Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
It's about time Triple H and Shawn Michaels won those belts back. Damn it.
I mean, they've been climbing the ranks since 1997. Finally, you know?
That is the longest climb to the top in the history of the wrestling business.
God bless you, R-Truth.
Dude, I'm like that I think I was watching it on a Saturday morning, and I was like busy all over the house while it was on. And the next thing I know, I get back to the room and it's like, hey, wait a minute, I missed something. And I had to rewind it, and I'm like, new tag champs. And you know that I went on a rant a while back about the way they were being booked over on Raw, and like they would win one week and they would lose the next week, and then we had no idea what was happening. I'm just glad new tag champs, and they're working quite well. Judgment Day having the tag belts.
We have Triple H booking now, which is much better.
Much better. Much better. The tag belts with Judgment Day, no complaints. They either. Oh, do you know which match we do need to talk about? I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this one or not. Sami Zayn and Mr. Breaker.
I'll give you this. It was a good match. For a good, solid match. You know,
Yep.
for a fact, I'm a guy who's not that much into the powerhouses. That's your thing. I'm a high flyer, ladders, hardcore, that's my thing. But occasionally, I gotta give it to the big guys. Braun Breaker, as much as we gave him flack in NXT, this guy is showing us that he's got the chops.
You know
That's all
what? You know what I think that loss was? You know what I think that loss was? I think that loss was to get that monkey off his back, because I think sometimes you end up with an undefeated record and that unpinned record, and it becomes more of a stumbling block than it does. Right now, you still look like Braun Breaker still looks like money. He's lost. He got pinned. Yes, he got pinned. But Sammy looks better because Sammy beat him. Braun Breaker looks better because he took it to the Intercontinental Champion. And he lost at like that final hurdle. So they could run it back at some point. They could run it back. And I like the way, I do like the fact that, yes, he's a big powerhouse heel, but they didn't fall down the Ryback path. The Ryback path was completely mindless. We're not thinking. There was a spot in that match that basically tells you exactly the way he's going to be booked. So on Monday night, he ran to Sami Zayn, or the week before, and he took Sami Zayn out with that spear, right? The following week, same spot, Sami Zayn saw it coming, leapfrog, right? Into the steps. Night of the match, same spot, third time, Sami jumps over. He stops just before he hits the steps. It's there. It's just these little things that are being planted here and there. I like it. I do like smart wrestling booking. Not wrestling booking because I'm playing with my little with all my wrestling figurines here. God damn it.
Are we going there already?
Yeah. And just wait. Just in case anybody in case I get flack about talking about wrestling figurines, I have figurines. I have them. Just in case anybody gives me flack, I've got wrestling figurines. Well, figurines in general, I've got them. I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with people thinking that actual people are wrestling figurines. And they are brand new toys. And they're going to get old. Moving on.
But Forbidden Door now. Forbidden now.
Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Great match. I will tell you one thing else that I've noticed recently on wrestling TV in general. The paramedics have been used a lot more recently.
They earn their bills this time. They're earning the
Local
paycheck.
medical facilities have been at peak.
This is the most that local medical facilities have been used since COVID-19.